Ever find like a really old container of something in the back of your fridge and you're like, how long has this been here?
Oh, tell me about it. I think I still have something from like 2019 back there.
Right. But imagine something billions of years old and it's not moldy leftovers, it's living microbes.
Now, that's what I call a deep dive.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we're talking about today.
We're diving into some seriously old roommates, the kind that have been hanging out on Earth for 2 billion years. These microbes were found in South Africa in a place called the Bushveld Igneous complex. It's huge, by the way, like the size of Ireland.
It's true. And honestly, this discovery has the potential to like rewrite the textbooks.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about living microbes, not just fossils. It's like a snapshot of life from an entirely different era.
So you want to know what's got scientists so excited?
Let's break it down.
First things first, we're talking about microbes trapped in rock for 2 billion years. That's older than the oldest dinosaur bones. How is that even possible?
Well, the rock itself plays a key role. It's igneous rock, which means it formed from cooled magma. And that's important because igneous rocks are incredibly stable environments. They're like these time capsules, preserving whatever's trapped inside them. Think of it like this. Imagine molten rock, right?
Like lava.
Exactly. So this molten rock slowly pushes up into the Earth's crust, and over millions of years, it cools and hardens, trapping things inside. And that's how you get these massive formations like the Bushveld complex. It's within these ancient rocks that scientists found these microbial time travelers.
Okay, that makes sense, but hold on. How did they actually find them? Like, were they just digging around in South Africa and stumbled upon these microbes?
Not exactly. They were buried pretty deep, about 15 meters underground. The scientists had to drill down and extract these long, cylindrical samples of rock called cores. It's within one of these cores that they found the microbes.
So they're not just hanging out on the surface? These microbes are deep, deep down.
Deep underground in this incredibly stable rock formation for billions of years.
That's wild. But how can they be sure that these aren't just some, newer microbes that's somehow contaminated the sample? I mean, 2 billion years is a long time.
That's a great question, and honestly, one of the first things scientists wanted to rule out. They had to be absolutely certain that what they were looking at was the real deal. To do that, they used a whole bunch of fancy techniques to analyze the microbes in their environment.
Like what? Give me the scientific details.
Well, one of the techniques they used is called infrared spectroscopy. That lets them figure out what something's made of without actually touching it, which is key for avoiding contamination.
Smart.
Yeah. They also used electron microscopy. That's how they get these incredibly detailed images of things way smaller than what we can see with a normal microscope,
Yeah.
even smaller than a virus.
Wow, that's getting down to the nitty-gritty. What else did they do?
They even made the microbes glow.
Wait, what? Glowing microbes? How is that even possible?
It sounds like something out of science fiction, right? But it's a real technique called fluorescent microscopy. Basically, they use special dyes that bind to the microbe's DNA, and when you shine a certain kind of light on them, they light up. It's really cool, and it helps confirm that the microbes were really from that ancient environment and not just some modern-day contamination.
So we're talking about legit 2 billion year old microbes hanging out deep underground in this ancient rock formation. Confirmed.
Confirmed.
Okay, so they're old, like really old. But why should we care? What's so groundbreaking about these ancient microbes?
Well, for starters, they push the boundaries of what we thought we knew about how long life can survive, especially in extreme environments.
Right. I mean, we're talking about microbes that have been living in complete darkness deep underground for billions of years.
Exactly. And 2 billion years ago, Earth was a very different place. The continents were arranged differently. The atmosphere was different.
It was like a whole different planet.
Exactly. So these microbes, they're like a time capsule, offering us a glimpse into that ancient world.
Fascinating. So what can these time capsule microbes tell us?
Well, by studying their DNA, we can start to piece together how life adapted and survived on early Earth. These were tough little guys. The conditions back then were harsh. There was less oxygen in the atmosphere, more volcanic activity, you name it. But these microbes, they found a way to thrive.
It's like a masterclass in survival.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it challenges our assumptions about the limits of life as we know it. I mean, if these microbes can survive for billions of years in those conditions.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Life on other planets.
Bingo.
It's a tantalizing thought, isn't it? For a long time, we've focused our search for extraterrestrial life on planets that resemble a young Earth, with liquid water on the surface, a breathable atmosphere. But this discovery suggests that life might be far more adaptable, more resilient than we ever imagined.
So instead of looking for little green men, maybe we should be digging deeper, literally, exploring the subsurface of planets and moons that we once thought were barren wastelands.
You got it. Take Mars, for example. We used to think of it as a dry, desolate planet. Now we know there's ice beneath the surface and possibly even liquid water deeper down. And if these microbes can thrive for billions of years deep within Earth,
Who's to say there aren't similar life forms hanging out on Mars? Or even on the icy moons of Jupiter or Saturn?
exactly, this discovery opens up a whole new world of possibilities for where life might exist in the universe. It's really quite exciting.
Mind-blowing stuff. Who knew that studying ancient microbes could lead us to rethink the possibility of life throughout the cosmos?
It's incredible, isn't it? And we're really just getting started. There's still so much we don't know about these ancient microbes and what they can tell us about, well, everything.
It sounds like this is just the beginning of a very long and fascinating journey of discovery. It really is amazing when you think about it. We started with this rock, this 2 billion-year-old rock, and now we're questioning like everything we thought we knew about life itself.
And that's the beauty of science, right?
Um,
Every new discovery, it just leads to more questions. It pushes us further. It's incredible.
It really makes you wonder, though, like what would these ancient microbes say if they could talk? What stories could they tell us about Earth's past, I mean?
It's a humbling thought for sure. To think these tiny organisms, they've witnessed billions of years of our planet's history. They've seen it all. Volcanic eruptions, ice ages, asteroid impacts, you name it. They've weathered it all. Imagine the secrets that are hidden in their DNA.
It's like they've been watching us this whole time. Or not us exactly, but
Watching the planet evolve.
Yeah, exactly. Long before humans were even a thought.
And the most incredible part is their story isn't over. By studying them, we're not just looking back in time, we're also gaining insights that could shape our future.
You mean like how life adapts to extreme environments?
Precisely. As we face, the challenges of climate change,
Yeah.
resource depletion, things like that, these microbes, they could hold the key to developing new technologies, new strategies for survival.
Yeah.
They're like a testament to the resilience of life itself.
It's incredible to think something so small, right, could have such a profound impact. So as we kind of wrap up our deep dive here, what's the one thing you hope, our listeners take away from all of this?
Honestly, I think the biggest takeaway is the power of curiosity. Never stop asking questions
Right.
and keep an open mind. This discovery, it reminds us that we still have so much to learn about our planet, about the universe, about everything.
Kind of said it better myself. So the next time you're, digging around in the back of your fridge, think about those 2 billion-year-old microbes living their best lives deep, deep down in South Africa. They're out there, and they're a reminder that, well, that life, it finds a way. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, because who knows what else is out there just waiting to be discovered.